Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping right into something that, well, it seems a lot of Las Vegas homeowners think about. How do I sell my house fast? For cash.
It's a really common question, especially there.
Exactly. It sounds specific, maybe even a bit urgent, and digging into this, what we found isn't just a quick fix. It's almost a strategic move many people might not even consider.
Yeah, there's definitely more to it than just speed.
I'm really curious how this might, you know, change how we think about selling a house, which is usually so stressful. So our mission today, break it all down, the how, the why it works in Vegas when you might consider it, and give you that clear path forward, feeling informed, empowered. That's the goal.
Let's do it.
Okay, so selling your house fast for cash. Sounds simple enough, right? Almost too good to be true sometimes.
It does.
But for listeners who really follow the market, they know the basic idea. So what's the deeper layer? What really sets it apart strategically from that long, drawn-out traditional sale? Let's maybe step past just the fast part for a second.
That's a great way to frame it, because the real advantage, especially if you're looking at it strategically, isn't just speed. It's about de-risking the whole thing.
De-risking. How so?
Well, think about a typical sale. You, the seller, you're carrying the weight of potential repairs, right? Market ups and downs. Will the buyer's loan actually come through?
Oh yeah, the financing contingency nightmare.
Exactly. And then haggling over every little thing. A cash sale kind of flips that script. The buyer, usually an investor or company, takes the house as is. They put up the cash. They're essentially buying your certainty.
Buying certainty. I like that. So you pay a bit, maybe, in final price, but you get rid of all those unknowns.
That's often the trade-off, yeah. You're free from those typical anxieties. That's the fundamental difference, really.
Okay, so it's not just about the dollars on the offer sheet. It's about buying back your time, your sanity, and avoiding that massive to-do list before you even list the place.
Precisely. Peace of mind has real value.
Definitely. Can you break down those key differences a bit more? The specific things that really make this approach stand out?
Absolutely. Looking at what we reviewed, a few things are critical. First, zero mortgage approvals needed for your buyer.
Huge. That alone saves weeks.
Weeks, sometimes months. It just cuts out a massive potential delay. Second, and this is a big one, they buy ass.
Meaning no repairs, no staging, none of that.
None of it. You don't sink money into fixing things up, dealing with contractors, wondering if you're even fixing the right things. Big stress relief.
I can imagine.
Third, the offers usually come really fast, often like within 24 to 48 hours. And finally, the closing itself. Super flexible, super quick. We're talking days, not the typical months.
Days. Wow.
Yeah, and what's interesting is how vital this becomes in a market like Vegas. It fluctuates, you know.
Yep.
Tourism, economic shifts, predictability isn't always guaranteed in the traditional market there. Cash offers provide that certainty.
That paints a much clearer picture of the mechanics.
Mhm.
But why Vegas? What is it about that city that makes it such a hot spot for cash sales? Is it just more common there?
It really seems to be, yeah. Vegas isn't just any city. Its whole vibe, its rhythm, directly shapes the real estate market in unique ways.
Okay.
Our research points to a few key reasons. First, seasonal demand, that crazy summer heat we mentioned.
But selling in August sounds rough.
It really slows down traditional buyers. People just aren't eager to trek around in that heat. But cash buyers, investors, companies, they operate all year round. Heat wave, holidays, doesn't matter. They provide consistency.
Okay. Steady demand when things might otherwise cool off. Makes sense.
What else? Then there's the economy. It's heavily tourism-based, right? So you see a lot of job changes, people relocating in or out, often pretty quickly.
So more churn, more need for fast moves.
Exactly. Creates a constant need for quick sales. Plus, a lot of Vegas properties are a bit older, maybe need some work.
Deferred maintenance, yeah.
And here's a key tip we found. If your house has deferred maintenance, don't sink money into costly repairs. In Las Vegas, cash buyers see value beyond the surface. They expect to do renovations. Your ass's home fits their model.
So needing repairs isn't necessarily a disadvantage here.
It can actually be an advantage for this type of buyer. And one last point. Unfortunately, Nevada's foreclosure rates have historically been higher than average. Cash sales can be a crucial lifeline for homeowners facing that difficulty.
Wow.
So you put all that together, the seasonality, the transient economy, the housing stock, the foreclosure issue, it creates this consistent, strong demand for fast cash sales, specifically in Vegas.
Okay. Trying to sell traditionally in a Vegas August really does sound like an extreme sport now. So thinking about our listeners, when does this option go from being just, convenient to being the absolute right move It's not for everyone, clearly.
Absolutely not. It's a strategic choice. And it really comes down to prioritizing that speed and certainty, maybe over squeezing every last potential dollar out of a slower traditional sale.
Mhm.
The situations where it makes the most sense, things like facing foreclosure or liens, serious time pressure there.
Definitely.
Relocating quickly for a job or family reasons is another big one. You just don't have 3, 4, 5 months to wait.
Or the bandwidth to manage it from afar.
Exactly. Inheriting a property is another classic case. Maybe it's out of state, needs a ton of work. You just don't want to be a landlord or manage repairs.
Get it off your plate.
Yep. Or going through a divorce, needing to split assets cleanly and quickly. And sometimes it's just needing funds fast for another opportunity or an unexpected major expense.
So life events often dictate the need.
In these cases, yeah, the ability to close in, say, 10 days with no repair hassles and knowing exactly when you'll get the money, that total value proposition can easily outweigh a slightly lower offer price. It's about your whole situation.
That really clarifies the when.
Yeah.
You mentioned seasonal timing again earlier. How does that play into the urgency? Like, are cash buyers even more important in certain seasons?
Well, they're always there, which is the key benefit. But their strategic advantage definitely shifts with the seasons.
How so?
In spring, for instance, the traditional market is hot, lots of competition. But a cash offer, it cuts through all that. No appraisal worries, no bidding wars going sideways, just a fast, guaranteed close. Still very attractive.
Okay, bypassing the frenzy.
Then summer, like we said, traditional showings slow way down because of the heat. Cash buyers keep plugging away. They become a much more visible, reliable option.
Right.
Fall is often more balanced. Good time for investors, maybe, as regular buyers might be settling down after the summer rush. And winter, definitely slower for traditional listings, fewer buyers out looking. Cash offers really stand out then as a dependable way to sell fast.
So, always an option, but sometimes they're the main option for speed.
Pretty much, yeah. Their consistency is key, but their relative advantage can peak at different times.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That leads us perfectly into the practical side.
Yeah.
Let's say someone listening is in one of those situations. What's the actual step-by-step? How do they do this in Vegas?
Right, the how-to. The good news is the process outlined in our research is pretty straightforward. Really just 5 main steps.
Okay, lay it out for us.
Step 1, research local cash buyers. You gotta start by finding reputable companies. Not just anyone, but firms that really specialize in buying Vegas homes as is. Local knowledge matters.
Okay, reputable is key there. How do you quickly gauge that beyond just a quick search? Any red flags or green flags?
Great question. Trust is everything. Look for companies with a real local presence, clear explanations of their process, good reviews, testimonials from other Vegas sellers. Check the Better Business Bureau. Avoid high-pressure tactics. Transparency is huge.
Good tips. Okay, step 1, research. What's next?
Step 2, request a free offer. Most legitimate buyers will give you an offer quickly, often same day or within 24 hours. And crucially, it should always be free and have no obligation.
No strings attached. Just get a number.
Exactly. It's information gathering at this stage. See what they think your property is worth in cash as is.
So, got the offer. Then what?
Step 3, compare options. This is vital. Don't just jump at the first offer you get.
Right. Shop around a bit.
Definitely. Get offers from maybe 2 or 3 different reputable cash buyers. Compare not just the price, but also, any fees, their proposed timeline, how comfortable you feel with them. It's your decision.
Makes sense. Get a few data points. Step 4.
Step 4, accept and schedule closing. Once you pick the offer that works best for you, the closing process is incredibly fast. Most cash deals in Vegas we're seeing close in about 7 to 14 days.
7 to 14 days. That's wild compared to the usual 45 or 60.
It's a completely different timeline. And then the final piece.
Getting paid.
Step 5, collect payment and move forward. Simple as that. With a cash deal, the funds are typically wired directly to you or your escrow company at closing. Money in hand, deal done.
Wow. That sounds incredibly efficient.
It is. And just to help folks stay organized, the sources often include a quick checklist. Gather your docs, contact buyers, get multiple offers, weigh speed versus price, set your closing date, plan your move. Being prepared helps it go even smoother.
That roadmap is super clear. What really strikes me is how much this seems tailored to Vegas. So zooming in on that, what are some of those really specific local challenges or conversely, advantages someone might run into trying this in Vegas, besides the heat, I mean?
Yeah, there are definitely Vegas-specific nuances. On the challenge side, besides the heat impacting traditional showings, you've got HOAs.
Homeowners associations. Always fun.
They can sometimes have strict rules about sales, signage, maybe even require certain approvals that can add slight delays depending on the community. You need to be aware of your HOA's specific rules.
Good point. Anything else?
And, Vegas is always growing, so there's often competition from brand new homes being built, which can affect the resale market generally.
Okay, those are real factors. But what about the upsides? The advantages unique to Vegas for a cash seller?
Definitely advantages too, that growing population. It means overall demand for housing stays pretty strong. And interestingly, cash buyers often really like older, established Vegas neighborhoods.
Oh, why is that?
They see the potential. They're not scared off by a house needing updates. That's often what they're looking for. They appreciate the character, the location. And because Vegas has such a diverse economy, you get a really flexible, robust pool of cash buyers, everyone from local flippers to bigger investment firms.
So a receptive audience for those asses properties.
Very much so. And the real stories bring it home. We saw testimonials like Jennifer S. in Vegas needed to sell fast after relocating. Said the cash buyer closed in 10 days, 0 repair costs for her.
Wow, 10 days.
And Marco T. over in Henderson, he said going with a realtor would have taken months, but the cash offer let him move on stress-free.
Those examples really nail the why.
Yeah.
It's about removing that friction, that stress.
Exactly. It connects right back to that convenience and speed we talked about. It's
Yeah.
not just theory. It makes a real difference in people's lives.
No doubt. Okay, as we've been talking, I bet some specific questions have popped into listeners' heads. Let's hit some of those common FAQs people might have.
Good idea. Let's tackle them. These came up frequently in the material we reviewed.
All right, first big one, just how fast is fast?
How fast can I sell my Las Vegas house for cash? The typical range is, believe it or not, 7 to 14 days from accepting the offer to closing, sometimes even faster if everything lines up perfectly.
Okay, lightning speed. Next, repairs. We touched on this, but let's be crystal clear.
Do I need to repair my house first? Simple answer, no. Absolutely not. Cash buyers purchase homes as is, warts and all. That's a core part of the value proposition. No repairs needed.
Huge relief for many, I'm sure. Now, the money question.
Will I get less money selling for cash? Generally, the initial cash offer itself might be slightly below what you could potentially get if you listed traditionally, fixed it up, and waited for the perfect retail buyer. But
There's always a but.
right, you have to look at the net amount. Factor out the 6% realtor commissions you save. Factor out the closing costs the buyer might cover. Factor out the thousands you don't spend on repairs. Factor out the months of holding costs, mortgage, taxes, insurance, utilities that you save.
So the lower offer price might actually mean more money in your pocket at the end of the day faster.
For many situations, yes. When you run the true numbers and value your time and lack of hassle, the cash offer is often very competitive overall. It's about the net proceeds and the total value, not just that top-line number.
That's a critical distinction. Okay, what if I have tenants living in the property?
Can I sell my house for cash if I have tenants? Yes. This is another advantage. Many cash buyers are experienced landlords themselves or buy for investment portfolios. They're often perfectly fine buying a property with tenants already in place, sometimes even preferring it.
Removes a big headache for landlords wanting to sell. Good to know. How about safety? Are these offers legit?
Are cash offers safe? Yes, they are, provided you work with reputable, established buyers. That goes back to doing your homework in step 1. Check reviews, verify their business, ensure they use a proper title company or attorney for closing. Stick with the professionals, and it's a very safe process.
Due diligence is key. Okay, last FAQ. If someone's listening and thinking, this might be for me, what is the absolute first thing they should do?
What's the first step to selling for cash? It's simple. Reach out to a trusted local cash buyer. Most offer a free, no-obligation consultation or online offer request. That gets the ball rolling, gives you a starting point, and costs you nothing to explore.
Okay, fantastic. This has been incredibly clarifying.
Yeah.
Let's try to wrap our arms around the key takeaways from this deep dive.
Sounds good.
All right, so number 1, selling fast for cash is a strategic way to bypass the usual delays, the repair costs, the uncertainties of traditional selling.
Check.
2, the Las Vegas market, with its unique characteristics like seasonality and economic churn, is particularly well-suited for cash buyers, making them a strong, consistent option year-round.
Definitely.
3, this approach really shines in urgent situations: relocation, avoiding foreclosure, inherited properties, divorce where speed and certainty are paramount.
Couldn't agree more.
And finally, critically, you likely have multiple cash buyer options. Don't just take the first offer. Compare them to make the best choice for your specific situation.
Excellent summary. And the bottom line really is, selling your house in Vegas doesn't have to be this long, drawn-out, stressful thing. Cash buyers offer a proven, reliable path to sell super fast. Maybe just a week or two, skip all the repair headaches, and just get that peace of mind. Your next chapter, it could literally be just days away.
That's a powerful thought. Okay, let's leave our listeners with this. In a culture that often tells us big decisions need slow, careful deliberation, what unexpected benefits, what kind of freedom might you unlock by deliberately choosing speed and simplicity when selling your home, especially in a place as dynamic and fast-paced as Las Vegas? Something to think about. Until next time on The Deep Dive.